Hello everyone, welcome and thank God for this memorable day, which allowed us to meet here. I would like to welcome you all to Burkina Faso, the country of honest men, for this first international forum on investing in Burkina Faso. I would like to thank all those who took the trouble to come to Burkina Faso, despite everything that has been said about Burkina Faso, particularly the Western press, which spends its time trying to make people understand that Burkina Faso is an unlivable and impracticable country. And despite this, you have decided to come and participate in this forum. I would like to say a special thank you to you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. I think that this forum is a huge opportunity to first understand each other. For me, this first forum is not necessarily about the depth of business relations and so on, but above all to understand Burkina Faso. So right away, I spoke about the overview of Burkina Faso in relation to certain media outlets and certain nations, but the most important thing is to understand the revolution in Burkina Faso. And I think we are the only country in Africa that has declared a revolution. And it may be difficult for an investor to understand what a revolution is and how to invest in times of revolution. And I can assure you that in Africa, it is perhaps the only opportunity offered to invest safely, and everyone who comes to invest must understand this. For several years, many investors have come to Burkina Faso in this democracy that we know. But many who came from elsewhere have been betrayed, have been disappointed. Some have been swindled, some have been scammed, they have been confronted with many refusals of approval in the ministry. They have been plagued by corruption, many facts that have prevented them from setting up in Burkina Faso. Some are witnesses. We say this because many investors have come back to us and explained to us all their misadventures in Burkina Faso in this time of democracy. This is the drawback of politics in Africa. Today, we are in a revolution, and someone does not need to file for a permit for years or be asked for what we are running before being able to set up. We do things in complete transparency, and that is very important. So this is the first step to being able to enter Burkina Faso. All these hassles are now in the past, and you can come and invest in Burkina Faso with complete peace of mind. Secondly, we have put a lot of legal tools in place, if I may say so, to be able to secure investments, and I think that there is a range of texts that you can read to better understand why we want to protect the investments of nationals and even those who come to invest in Burkina Faso. Because the revolution is popular, and who says popular, we have a very young population. And it would be delaying to sing from the rooftops that we are fighting for youth employment without thinking about industry, processing, and therefore investment. And we believe that for young people to help create employment, we need to help industry and local processing, and who better than investors to support and provide jobs for young people? This is also one of the missions of our revolution, and thank God, Burkina Faso is a very resilient, very young and very, very hard-working country. Our youth are now giving their heart and soul to work because we have managed to change many mentalities, to put people back to work, and the results are being felt. So one more reason to be certain that we can invest in Burkina Faso and have the necessary and qualified workforce to support you as well. So, one more thing I wanted to tell you investors is that Burkina Faso is unique in Africa. Let's not kid ourselves. I've just given you a few facts right away. Burkina Faso is no longer following this logic. You should not come as an investor and try to corrupt either the ministry, someone in the ministry, or the presidency in the hope of obtaining advantages. We ban corruption from our activities. You should not come as an investor and believe that Burkina Faso is like all other countries in Africa. Unfortunately, this is the case. It continues, people advocate investment, but because of corruption, it becomes slavery. We are not in an investment model that exposes our youth to slavery and exploitation. No, that is why we want to do things transparently and ensure that each party can benefit from investments in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a very rich country. I spoke immediately about our human resources. We have this immensely rich subsoil of various types of materials. So, we have rich soil for agriculture, and the government invests a lot of energy and money to be able to support our producers, and we therefore have many other valuable assets of integrity that can be exploited in the field of investment. So, I invite you all to examine this spectrum of possibilities and understand that there are many opportunities in Burkina Faso, and we are here to support investments in Burkina Faso in a sustainable manner with mutual respect. We want to process our raw materials locally. So, we need industry, and when we talk about raw materials, we mean the materials from the subsoil. We want the limestone we have to be transformed into clinker in Burkina Faso and transformed into cement. We want our phosphate to be transformed into fertilizer locally. We want our dolomites to be transformed into hot metal locally. We want our manganese to be transformed locally, our copper to be transformed locally, and so on. We have great potential in terms of minerals, but we want to exploit and transform them locally for the benefit of Burkinabe youth and future investors. We need to process a lot of our agricultural materials locally. As I said, the state heavily subsidizes agriculture, and what could be more normal? Burkina Faso is a major hub where we can set up a lot of industry to produce everything we need and supply the rest of the world, because we have young people who work and they just need a little help to get there. So this is an open opportunity to be able to work, and the state is open to participating with you to reassure you that your investment is guaranteed. Energy is a major challenge. There are many investors in the energy sector, and we have therefore told the Ministry of Energy to open up to all those who want to come and set up thermal power plants in Burkina Faso to produce and process with Sonabel. They are welcome to do so in accordance with the rules of the art, and I think there is no problem with that, since all industries will inevitably need energy. So for those who come for industry and those who come for energy, I think there is a clear correlation that can be made. In addition to all this, I would also like to engage you, Burkinabe economic operators, the Chamber of Commerce. In the past, there have been several cases of economic operators who have scammed people from elsewhere, who have defrauded, who have cheated, and I want you to put the values of integrity of the Burkinabe above all else. These are things that we will not tolerate and that we will repress with all our might if we learn that someone who came from outside to invest in Burkina Faso has been betrayed by a Burkinabe. So I call on everyone here to witness so that everything can be done according to the rules. So on the security and transport infrastructure aspect, Burkina Faso is playing its part. We are fighting on the ground to recover all of our land. We are fighting to build many roads to allow you to move around with goods and everything that goes with it freely and safely. So I welcome you once again, and I hope that everyone can benefit from this forum, whether in B2B, as you like to say, that investors can meet each other or that investors can meet authorized organizations, and that we can therefore launch the development path of Burkina Faso together with the friends of Burkina Faso. Global geopolitics has changed, and I think that you who are here, you are our closest friends, and together we can make a difference, and everyone will be able to benefit from the current situation with mutual respect. Thank you very much to everyone. I hope that everyone returns home in good health and that Burkina Faso will very soon experience new industries that will sprout from this meeting. And I will particularly follow up on anyone who comes to invest in Burkina Faso so that it happens quickly and transparently. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us once again. It's a beautiful day today here in Africa, Ghana, and we warmly welcome you all from every part of the world listening to us. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your comments. They've been really helpful. And we also welcome all our new family members. Talking about our new subscribers, you are mostly welcome. Yes. You can hear the cock, the rooster. Okay, so in today's video, we have the most important president, as I always refer to him, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, giving this inspirational and firm message to all his investors. You know, Burkina Faso has become one of, if not the most attractive African nation so far, mainly because of the kind of leader they have. And in this meeting, their president, that's the president of Burkina Faso, had this conversation with the investors, the foreign investors who wish to come and start industries, companies in Burkina Faso, giving them the reassuring words, those reassuring words that their investments will not be in vain, but then they will reap whatever they are expecting, because Burkina Faso is not, the picture that has been painted about Burkina Faso is not what it truly is. And so he calls on investors, especially from the energy sectors, to come in and invest so that the youth of Burkina Faso will have work or jobs to do. So yes, that is what is expected of every African president. You can see the desire of Captain for his youth to be empowered, for the country to be empowered. You can see it or hear from this inspirational conversational speech with his investors. Thank you all for joining us. Until next time, peace out.